Hey, Amanda, you there? I had something I kind of wanted to talk to you about. Hello? Amanda? Oh, right, the time difference. You're probably fast asleep right now, huh? Okay, well, then I guess I'll just leave the messages of what I've been thinking here, and you can tell me your thoughts tomorrow. So, I'll get back to me then, okay? Anyways, I only have a week left before I finish for this business trip, and, well, I think it's time we get a divorce. Or rather, I should say that, in my time in this country, I've met a new man and fallen in love. He's a really cool, handsome man from Peru, but he speaks English fluently. I kind of fell in love at first sight, and we hit it off so well. Besides, I love how much he must love America. I mean, he loves it as much that he's learned the language. He's really something else. Now I feel like I can just live without him. In fact, we're living together in the apartment I've had out here. He's just so exotic and sexy, and he makes me so happy. So, I hope you can understand. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be bringing this man back with me, and him and I are getting married. In the meantime, I want you to pack your things and move out of the house. I should be back in about a week, so get out by then. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you've signed divorce papers on the table so I can sign my half and send them off.
What the heck is all of this? Kenny, are you there? Are you seriously cheating on me right now? You're coming home in a week and you decided to drop this bombshell on me. You seriously can't be fetishizing people from other countries like this. It's so weird and creepy. Is this why you haven't been responding to me as often lately? I thought it might just have been the time difference, but sometimes you don't get back to me for a few days at a time. I was wondering if you were cheating, but now you've just come out and said it. Well, you were way more stupid than I thought to go and do something like this. But if you really want me out of the house, at this rate, I can't help but agree with you. If you think that I'm going to divorce you just because you want to marry this total stranger though, you're dead wrong. We're going to have a long, long talk when you get back to the States.
Oh shoot, you seem kind of pissed about all of this, Armando. But okay, I guess if you really want to meet my spicy little Peruvian pepper, suit yourself. I can send you some great photos of him if you want. But just know that I've made up my mind and nothing is going to change it. There you go, what do you think? Pretty handsome guy, right? And if you want to know, his name is Patricio. He doesn't have any family and has been living on his own for a while now. And apparently he has an inn that is going to make it easy for him to get into the States. But I tell you, once you get a taste of dating a foreigner, you can't go back.
Mary, are you there? I'm really sorry to bother you on your day off, but I have something really important that I need to tell you.
Oh, Armando. That's okay. How's it going? What's up?
You're not going to believe this, but I know where Patricio is.
Wait, Patricio? What do you mean? Where is he? I've been looking for him for months, but haven't heard anything from anyone about where he could be.
He's abroad right now in Peru, I guess. Apparently he's running around with my husband.
He's in Peru with your husband? I don't understand. What are they both doing down there, and how did they run into each other?
Well, Kenny left for a business trip about a year ago and was going to come back sometime this week. But the other day, he basically confessed to cheating on me and said that he wanted a divorce. He was telling me about it and even sent me a picture of the man he was seeing, and it was Patricio.
So he ran all the way down to Peru, huh? And then he just happened to run into your husband? I guess the world is still a lot smaller than we think. He really thought he could escape our unfinished business here in the US, I bet. Well, thank you so much for coming to me with this.
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to help you out with this. Whatever you need, just let me know and I'll be there ready to back you up.
Are you sure? I don't want to suck you into my business if you really don't want to.
No, I think this is personal for me too, and I have a right and a duty to help you out. My husband is planning on leaving me to live with this person, so I think that if we can catch him soon, we can put an end to all of this.
You mean he really wants to kick you out of the house and live with his new boyfriend?
He seems to think it's going to work out like that anyways.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we? He must really be living in his own world to have forgotten such an important detail about his house.
Exactly. I was thinking that if you're free, maybe we can meet tomorrow after work to talk out a concrete plan.
Well, okay, Armando. If you really want to do this, then let's do it. I mean, I could even meet now if you wanted. Or is that too soon for you?
No, I can meet now. That's no problem. I can meet you outside your office building around 3 if that's okay.
That should work for me. See you then. Thanks so much for offering to help.
Hey, Amado, I just landed. Have you already moved all your stuff out of the house? I have Patricio with me, so you better not cause a scene when we get there.
Don't worry, I moved out a while ago. The house is all yours.
Oh, well that's good then. Thank you for that. I thought I was going to be fighting you for a long time over that.
Though I didn't leave behind any divorce papers for you to sign.
Ugh, are you seriously going to do this right now? I know that you don't want a divorce, but you have to understand that I just love someone else now. I mean, how could I ever fall in love with a boring old American like you when I can have some Incan prince to drool over instead? You need to face the facts and divorce me.
Don't worry, we're getting divorced, but only after we've talked with our lawyers.
Our lawyers? What do you mean? Why would we do that?
But we're getting a divorce because you were cheating on me, and I have a right to sue you for that.
Oh, I see. So you're really going to do things this way, huh?
If you thought it was going to happen any other way, you're the idiot.
And just what the hell is that supposed to mean? How can you call me something like that?
It means that I don't want to see you unless it's absolutely necessary, and that you don't have to worry about going back home.
Fine. Be that way. I have to pop into the office anyways. But Patricio is going right home, so thanks for getting out of there at least.
Anyways, I guess I'll just get back to working. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon, and we'll be moving forward with the lawsuit from there.
Man, I can't believe you're really gonna sue me for this. But I have a promotion waiting for me when I get back, so I have no problem with that. Bring on all the lawyers that you can. I'm ready for it. Hey, Amado, what the heck is going on here, huh?
I'll take it that you've already gotten back home then. Would you like my little surprise for you?
That's right, I did just get back home. And you're calling this a surprise? You tell me who these two geezers and this other woman are right now.
Well, I invited them over for our talk today.
But this doesn't make any sense. These two old people are American as can be. But say that they're Patricio's parents.
Well, yeah. I mean, Patricio is American after all. Haven't you figured that out yet?
What do you mean by that? Have you gone crazy or something? You know that isn't true. He's from Peru. I met him in Peru and he speaks Spanish.
Okay, so he moved and learned a foreign language.
But his skin is so dark. He looks so native.
One, super creepy to describe someone like that. And two, that still doesn't mean he's from Peru.
But I don't get this. I thought he was foreign. This can't be happening.
Well, it is. Patricio isn't even Peruvian. In fact, he's basically as white as can be. His mum explained to me that he had a weird obsession with Latin Americans like you and got plastic surgery to look like a Quechuan person.
Wait, plastic surgery? To look like a different race? You can do that?
That's right. In fact, Patricio isn't even his real name either. It's Patrick. But I'm sure the original Patrick is buried so deep under all that plastic that you would never have guessed. Maybe you should ask Patricio about all this though.
Amado, are you there? I've been thinking about this whole divorce thing. It's so silly. Let's just put it all behind us. I want to stay with you.
Yeah, no.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, you were fooled by some gross person who fetishized other races like you do. I think you're a good fit.
But I didn't want to get with some basic American dude. I wanted a Peruvian.
You did say that another woman was there at the house, right? I assume that was Mary, yes?
Yeah, she told me that Patricio had an affair with her husband and that she's been trying to sue him this whole time. But that Patricio didn't want to pay it, so he fled the country, changed his appearance and started a new life in Peru. Even changed his name to try and escape paying. But then he found his way to me, not knowing that you had any idea about Mary.
Oh, I know. I've already heard about all of this from Mary herself.
So then, you really already knew about all of this before I did?
Pretty much. And poor Patricio could not have made a worse choice of who to try and get with.
Right, so then, it's not my fault at all, right?
I mean, you cheated on me, and that is a fact.
But I told Patricio that I didn't want to be with him anymore, isn't that enough?
Again, the fact is that you still cheated on me. You understand this, yeah?
Please don't be so stubborn. You have to forgive me.
I really don't have to do anything for you, actually.
But you didn't sign the divorce papers, right? So a part of you must want to still be with me.
Now, I just learned from Mary that in terms of suing for infidelity, that the timing of things is very important.
So then, you're still gonna sue me for all of this?
Of course, I'm going to be suing you and Patricio. Don't you worry.
Wait, no, this can't be happening.
Well, it is, so.
Please wait, after I got back to work, I actually got a demotion and a huge pay cut.
Oh, really? Wow, that sucks for you, huh? This is just not your week.
My work found out that I started seeing Patricia while I was down there on company time and gave that as a reason for rescinding my promotion.
So basically, they didn't want to reward you for cheating on your husband while on a company assignment. Sounds fair enough to me.
I won't be able to pay that much money right now.
Again, that sucks for you, huh?
How can you be so cruel to me right now?
Like this. You're going to get a call from my lawyer tomorrow, and you better pick up.
You're really serious, aren't you?
Oh, right. I almost forgot one of the most important things.
What's that? What could you possibly have forgotten?
Well, you do know that it was my name on the apartment lease, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, the first year's lease was. But then you were away, and when I renewed it, I did it under my name. Talked about this before I did it, remember?
Oh yeah, I think I do now.
So anyways, you're now trespassing. Please leave.
You kicking me out of the house?
That's right. I think your dad should be arriving soon to pick you up.
My dad is coming here. Why is he coming here?
Well, I told him about what you did over the phone, and he sounded just furious. I think you're not going to like it when he arrives.
Oh no, this is really bad. How could you do this to me?
You did it to yourself, Ken.
Doe, are you there? I just wanted to say that I think we did great together yesterday. But I am so sorry to have invaded your house with all that drama, though.
What do you mean, Mary? You were the one there who did all the talking for me.
Well, you were really a huge help. I can't thank you enough.
It was my pleasure.
By the way, I wanted to tell you what happened after you stopped texting Kenny.
Oh yeah? Did his dad show up? What happened?
Yeah, he showed up about 5 minutes after your last text. He nearly kicked down the door, started screaming at Kenny, and dragged him out by the collar of his shirt.
Kenny's dad always did seem like the strict type.
You should have seen the way he was shaking. I swear he was about to cry. But anyways, his dad took him all the way back to his house, so I heard.
I can picture it all now, and it's scary.
Well, anyways, I guess that basically solves that, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
Also, once things settle down, I would love to go out and grab a couple drinks with you.
That would be so amazing. Yeah, let's do it. A few days later, my lawyer wanted to go talk to both Kenny and Patricio. A month later, Kenny and I were divorced, and I was paid by the both of them for their affair. Patricio also had to pay Mary for his affair with her husband as well. After that, I heard that Patricio's parents took him out of their will entirely, but he still has lots of debt from the plastic surgery and was forced to find several jobs to pay back all the money he owed. As for Kenny, he is still living at home under the watchful eye of his dad, who is making sure that Kenny is staying out of trouble. Meanwhile, Mary and I finally were able to meet up for that drink and decompress about the whole situation. We weren't that close before, but this really brought us together. Now we meet up frequently and catch up and gossip at least a couple times a month.
John, are you there? We need to talk. I want a divorce, so please don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
Is that what those papers on the dining room table are all about?
That's right. I've already signed everything that I need to sign on them. So please, just do your part and then go submit them to the courthouse, okay?
Well, can I at least know why you want to end our marriage?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I want to know why you want to get a divorce. I mean, you can't just drop all of this on me and not give me a reason for any of it.
You really want me to tell you why I'm doing all of this?
Of course I do. I mean, we've barely even been married a year. What are we supposed to tell our parents about all of this? Not to mention the fact that we work at the same place. What are we supposed to tell all of our coworkers?
Oh, good point. What's a good way to tell them? I could just tell them the truth, I guess. But if I'm going to do that, then I guess I might as well just come clean to you as well, don't you think? The truth is that I found someone else, and I want to leave you so that I can go and be with him.
I don't really get how you can be so casual about something so serious. What is the matter with you?
Why are you dragging this out so long? Is this about alimony money or something? If it's money that you want, my new man can pay you whatever you need to let this happen. In fact, you know who my new boyfriend is.
Let me guess. It's the CEO of our company, Ashton Rickles.
Wait, what? How did you guess that so quickly?
Well, you said that money was no object for this new man of yours, so I wondered who you might have known with that kind of wealth, and the only person I could think of was our big boss himself.
No, there is no way you just guessed that. Have you been following me or something?
Of course I haven't been doing anything like that, but the rumors are already flying around the office.
There are? Rumors like what?
It's not even just rumors. It's also the fact that plenty of people at work have already seen the two of you being all lovey-dovey with each other, too.
You mean people have seen Ashton and I together?
I mean, you two didn't really seem like you were trying to hide it the way you were always sneaking off into his office. I was wondering if you were hiding something, and it took just a little bit of scratching and asking around until I found out the truth.
But how did we get caught? Well, whatever. I guess that means I really don't need to explain anything else to you. Just name your price and Ashton will pay you off so that you can finally leave me.
You do know that he's also married, though, right?
Of course I know that. He's married to some old grandma, a whole 5 years older than me. That's why he went with the younger, prettier model. He told me he's going to tell his wife about us soon. So please, just hurry up and divorce me already.
I see. Well, okay then. If that's really what you want, I guess I'll do it.
Perfect. Thanks for making it so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Hey, Dale. Do you have a second to talk? I wanted to just chat with you about earlier, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Did you think about it? Have you come to a decision?
I think so. I think I'm gonna go along with it.
That's awesome. This is great news.
Although, I think I might have to quit my job a bit earlier than I originally thought.
Oh, really? Well, I don't really mind about that, but have you told your wife? I mean, you're probably gonna have to tighten your belt just a little bit until things get off the ground, you know?
Well, the thing is that Naomi and I are actually going to get a divorce.
You're kidding me! You two are splitting up?
Yeah, I was gonna tell her about all of this, but then she told me that she was cheating on me. And she told me that the guy she was having an affair with was Ashton, the CEO of our company, who is also married, by the way.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. I can see why you'd want to get out of there right away.
Exactly. I just can't work for a company where the boss treats his employees like this and has no respect for their personal lives.
I mean, I think it's a bit more extreme than even that. In fact, all this running around is probably gonna come back to bite him on the bottom line for this company.
Hey, John, are you really going to quit the company?
Yep, it's true. I actually just handed in my letter of resignation. I'm just gonna prepare my files for the new person this week, and then after that, I'm out of here.
Well, I can't say that I really blame you for wanting to do that. But to think that you'd leave your career after all you've accomplished, well, it's your life, not mine. Besides, I'm sure that seeing me every day and knowing that I'm now the wife of a powerful CEO would be just too much for you, huh? But now that means you've lost your wife and your job.
I really don't care about losing either of those things, though.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I've already found another job, so I'm not really worried about my future at all.
Oh, really? Well, fine. I don't care. You and I are already divorced anyways. So, thanks for that. I asked Ashton to send you the money. It's only a matter of time until we have all our paperwork in order to be man and wife. Oh, John, guess what? I have a big announcement for you. Ashton and I are finally married. I'm never going to have to worry about money ever again. And even though we just officially married each other today, we've already been living together for so long that it feels like we've been husband and wife for ages. You have no idea what it's like living this life. It's all fancy lunches and amazing dinner at all the city's top restaurants. Not to mention the fact that we've already gotten to travel abroad twice now. And anything I want, I just have to say the word and Ashton makes sure I get it. It's like having a bottomless piggy bank. I should have done this a long time ago.
I was wondering why my phone was blowing up so much. Why am I not surprised that it was you this whole time? So I guess enough time has passed that you two are finally able to make things official, huh? Congrats on that.
Aw, thank you so much. It really is nice having all this money. I don't think I've ever been this happy.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm just glad I quit before things turned really sour for the company.
What do you mean by that? Hey, John? Pick up the phone right this second! I mean it! Answer me right now!
Oh my god, what is it now? You're calling your ex-husband an awful lot for someone who just got married.
That's not what I'm here to talk about. I want to know what is going on with our company. Why is our output so low now?
What do you mean?
I mean that I think something is seriously wrong over here. But I remember that you said you were glad you left before things got really bad. So you must have known something. Tell me what's happening right now.
I don't know what you mean. I just had a hunch, that's all.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm not. Just think about it for a second. A married CEO is having an affair with the wife of one of his employees. Do you think people are just gonna let that slide? Not only that, but you were also complicit in all of this. And the two of you were sneaking around all over the building, treating it like your personal love nest or something. Do you really think a company run by someone so awful could really go on for much longer?
What do you mean? I still don't get it.
I mean, I didn't know anything was going to happen. I was just reading the signs. If you really want to know why business is so bad, why don't you go ask your new husband instead?
But he is always in such a bad mood whenever I try to talk to him. And he never listens to what I have to say.
Well, don't come grumbling to me. I can't do anything for you. Anyways, I have a meeting this afternoon I gotta get ready for. Goodbye.
Yo, John, you there? I hear that your old work is going to replace the CEO. Apparently that Ashton guy was deemed unprofessional by the board of trustees, so they're bringing in someone with more experience. But did you hear that that person is actually Ashton's own ex-wife?
Oh, wow. I knew that she worked as a corporate consultant, but I had no idea that Ashton was being let go.
Yeah, basically having him as the face of the company after his affair with Naomi was doing terrible things for them in the press, so they had to replace him. Except in the meantime, I've been able to poach some of Ashton's top employees away from that place. We pretty much have a fully functional staff with all the experience that we were looking for.
Well, that makes sense. The business you started is basically in the same field as my old work. And the timing couldn't have been better, since you're thinking of expanding and hiring.
Be a little more excited, man. This isn't just about me. I couldn't have done any of this without you. I seriously owe you a huge one. And I mean it. If you need anything, just tell me.
I'll be sure to do that, Dale. I really do appreciate the kind words.
And thanks again so much.
John, did you move?
How many times are you gonna text me? I thought I was through with you.
I heard that about a month ago you were promoted to vice president of your company. Is that really true?
And just who told you that?
Please, just tell me where you live. Ashton and I got a divorce 3 days ago. I was thinking that maybe I could live with you until we were able to get married again.
Please tell me this is some kind of joke or something right now.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I heard you two got a divorce, but why do you think I'd invite a parasite like you back into my life?
What did you just call me? What kind of way is that to talk to someone begging you to take them back?
Oh, please. I bet that you've been desperate for money ever since the divorce. You're probably swimming in debt right now and looking for someone to clean up your mess for you.
But how did you know all of that?
I heard from your parents about how after your divorce, someone broke into their house and stole their valuables as well as debit and credit cards. They only suspect one person, for now. But now you try and get me involved in this. I'm not interested in getting revenge on you, but I have no intention of helping you either.
Please, don't be like this.
I'm also not going to tell you where I'm living right now. You got yourself into this mess. It's your mess to get yourself out of.
John, please, don't do this.
Don't ever contact me again. After that, I blocked Naomi on every platform that I could think of. I couldn't believe the kind of nonsense that she tried to pull with me. And more importantly, I couldn't believe that she stole from her own family. I knew that it was best just to not involve myself in the situation at all. Meanwhile, Naomi was rather famous as the cheating wife of the cheating CEO that ruined the reputation of his company. He had a very difficult time finding work after her divorce. I have no idea what she's doing now. And honestly, I prefer it that way. As for me, business is going along as usual. I'm busy every day as vice president. But I'm making sure to try and foster a healthy work environment, where those in power don't think they can lord it over those who are working under them.
Jared, are you still not finished with work yet?
Huh? Brittany?
Hey, I am waiting for you right now outside of your office.
Seriously?
Hurry up and get out of there.
Wait, I thought we talked about this before. I said that starting today the company would see a large increase in work, and then I'd be having to work longer days to keep up with demand?
Well, why not just have some loner of an office worker do your work for you? We have bigger things to do besides working, since we've only just gotten married a few months ago. In other words, tell everyone you're leaving for the day and come out here. They should all be able to understand that you just got married a little while back and you have a young wife to be with at home. And anyway, it's your job as the husband to put your lovely wife ahead of everything else in the world. So tell your boss you're done for the night and let's go out on the town.
I can't just get up and leave work for that. And I have a meeting really soon with an overseas client that I won't be able to skip today. I promise you that in a couple of weeks, things will begin to slow down again, and we can start thinking of date ideas.
What? Are you kidding me?
If I don't get back to preparing for the meeting soon, people are going to start getting on me. I'm going to have to stop talking here.
Come on, Jared. I even went ahead and got myself all dressed up for tonight. What's wrong with you?
Brittany, I just got home a couple minutes ago. Are you not in the house right now? Could you at least tell me where you plan on going out to before just leaving? Being out this late on your own worries me a little.
You're actually worried about me now?
Of course I am. You're out late at night and haven't told me where you've gone off to.
Well, I'm not out on the streets or anything, so you don't need to be worried.
Did you go over to one of your friends' houses?
Well, you could call them a friend of mine.
What the heck does that mean?
Well, how can I say this? Anyway, they said that I can stay the night at their place tonight.
What friend's house, though?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
But by that point, there really won't be a reason to tell me.
I'm going to go to sleep soon, so I'll talk to you later. Good night.
Hold on a second, Brittany. Hey, Brittany! I was starting to worry why you weren't home yet, but then I stumbled across this divorce paperwork. What's this all about?
It's about time you got home from work. Aren't you a little late today?
I've told you plenty of times that I have to come home later now because of work.
Oh, so you're still worried more about work than your new wife.
Hey, what the actual heck is going on here?
About what?
Remember how before we got married, I had to go through a phase at work like this where I wasn't home until later in the evening? This is the exact same thing. We had moments where we never were able to go on dates or anything, right? Yet you understood that back then. But why are you so upset about me having to stay late for work now that we're married? The whole reason I take on all this overtime is so that we'll have enough money to support a growing family in the future. And in your case, you've been wanting to be a housewife. So to balance that out, I have to work a little bit more than usual. But now you're acting like everything is wrong with what I'm doing? What the heck has gotten into you?
Oh, maybe this means you still haven't noticed yet then, huh?
What?
So this is why the time spent alone without you has been so boring for me then.
What are you talking about?
Well, I have no other choice but to tell you about this now. While you've been wasting away working long hours each and every day, I have been spending time with your friend Brett, who was kind enough to make time for me.
What? Brett? And what do you mean by spending time with him?
I'm saying that I've been going with him to hotels to spend some time together. You know, doing things under the sheets to keep us warm.
Huh? At hotels?
I have been doing this with him for a while now, even before we got married. And I thought that after we married, I wouldn't need to ever spend time with him in bed ever again, but...
Are you kidding me right now?
I was thinking that after we finally started calling each other husband and wife, you'd take better care of me. But I was let down by the fact that you still care more about work than me. And so I had to go right back to spending my time with Brett.
What the heck?
And so, tonight you just got home from work, right? Well, that divorce paperwork is for you to fill out and hand in for me. However, if you do come home from work on time tomorrow and spend all your time with me, I'll rethink leaving you and tell Brett that I'll no longer be seeing him.
Does this mean you're with Brett right now?
Of course. I'm cuddling with him at a hotel in town.
I see.
I think you're starting to get a little jealous now, huh? Well, anyway, once you've decided to fix things between us, please call or text me, okay? But until you change, I'm going to be with Brett.
How have things been going, Melody? It sure has been a little while. I'm sorry for having to text you this late in the evening, but I have something really important to talk with you about. Do you have time to talk with me right now?
Jared, a long time no see. We haven't seen each other since we graduated from high school, I think. What do you have to talk about?
I'm really sorry for getting you involved in something like this, but I wanted to ask if you were still planning on getting married to Brett.
Yeah, I am. We both work for the same company and have become really loving towards one another. Right now, we are even living in the same house together.
Is he home right now?
Ever since yesterday, he has been out helping one of his friends move out of their old house, and so I haven't seen him since then.
Is that so?
So...
Unfortunately, I think that he is having an affair with my wife.
What?
And even worse than that, I believe that the two of them have been in this secret relationship before I even got married to my wife.
What?
But I still don't have a whole lot of proof that all of this is actually happening. However, right now I'd really like to learn more about what's going on, and that's why I've come to you to ask some questions on everything. Do you mind giving me some of your time?
Then, do you mind if I have my dad join us to hear about what's all going on?
Well, if you think it'd be important enough for him to hear about, then go right ahead and bring him along.
Thank you so much.
It'd help me a ton if we could start talking about this more as quick as possible.
Then I'll go and ask him if he has some time right now. After that, I'll let you know when we can continue these talks.
Alright. Thank you so much, Melody.
Jared, have you had enough time to think things over? Have you finally decided that you won't be staying late at work anymore? I wanted you to tell me the moment you decided on everything so that I could come home right away. But since you still haven't even said a single word to me about it, I guess I'll just have to spend another romantic night with Brett at this hotel then. Good morning, Jared. I'm thinking that I'll spend today with Brad at the hotel as well. That must feel pretty terrible for you, huh? I'm starting to feel a little weird myself. I have to tell my husband every single day that I'm with another man, and he doesn't even respond to me anymore. But I guess this is all your fault though, so I don't have to care. I don't even have to explain why this is all because of you, right? Jared! Can you stop ignoring me and just give me something? Don't you think that it's awful that your best friend is sleeping with your wife every single night? I might even start doing things with him without protection soon, so you wouldn't want to risk anything, right? This should all be destroying you, so maybe that means you're out searching for me right now, right? But I'm not going to tell you where I am until you tell me that you won't work late anymore, okay? Brett wants me to join him in the bathtub now. He says that he's got a new toy for me to play with. Well, I guess I'll just have to sleep with him again tonight.
Melody, thank you so much for yesterday. Does everything seem okay with you?
Jared, this is perfect timing. I got the evidence we need of Brett and Brittany being with each other.
Really? That's great! And it's only been a day since we had planned this all out, right?
Actually, Brett had come home today around noon. While I was doing my work in the office, he seemed to have taken a small break to clean up in the bathroom. And during that time, I went and looked through his phone at all the texts him and Brittany have been sending. I also went and put a GPS tracker in his bag so that I could track where he was at the exact moment. And right before he got out of the shower to get dressed and leave again, I hopped right back into my office and acted like nothing ever happened.
Amazing. You really were the bright one in our class. Well, I know it's a little late, but are we going to make our move now?
Yeah, I think that's the right call. But I'm waiting for my dad to have a word with some of our other leaders at our office. In the meantime, can you call Brittany's parents and let them know what's been going on?
Will do. Thank you again, Melody.
Jared! I'm in huge trouble. Come help me! This morning, while I was walking out of the hotel with Brett, there was someone waiting for him outside. They ended up taking the both of us and brought me all the way back to my parents' house.
I wonder where I should start from then. Well, first things first, I handed in those divorce papers for us.
What? You handed in the paperwork.
I sure did.
Why would you do that?
You should know better than to ask me that. And actually, why did you think I wouldn't hand them in for us? You told me days ago that even before we married, that you'd been going out with my best friend, and that you'd even continue to do it after marriage. But you were at least kind enough to get all that paperwork prepared for me. So, by that point, you made the answer pretty clear to me that you wanted me to turn it all in.
Are you saying that you never loved me?
Well, you're the one that's been cheating on me, so I'm kinda thinking the same thing of you. If anything, you could say that my love for you has been replaced with hate.
You hate me.
Why is that so hard for you to understand?
You're lying.
I have another thing to tell you about still. I haven't been best friends with Brett for many years now, and actually we completely cut ties with each other back then.
What?
Before he started to go out with his current fiancée, Melody, he had been with this girl that just happened to be my girlfriend before he stole her from me. That's the reason why I couldn't be friends with him anymore. He thought that he was better than me in every way since he went to a nicer university, and so took it upon himself to make stealing my old girlfriend his goal. Of course, she ended up going with him when she realized that he was a much better man than me, and I had no other choice but to hate the both of them for that. That's why in the end, I had no problem with us cutting ties after all the years we had been great friends together. But now that it's happened a second time, with my wife, I'm not sure I can handle myself.
Next time I'll make sure to be more careful about who I choose to be with.
Next time? You think I'm going to be giving you another chance after this?
Well, listen. We never meant to have any serious feelings about each other while we've been sleeping together, so it's okay. I mean, right, it was just the two of us wasting time together.
Huh?
Brett had been looking for someone to waste some time with during his free time, and I was feeling lonely because you'd been out of the house for long periods of time. So we were only sleeping together to kill that time and loneliness until you got back from home and his girlfriend was ready for him.
I can't even start to believe what this crap is spewing from your mouth.
Why not?
You know about the fact that Brett has been engaged to a girl for a while now, right? It turns out that they plan to get married because they both work together, and his fiance's father, the CEO, wants Brett to become the next CEO after he retires. But now that we all know about Brett sleeping with you for a very long time now, they have all come to a new decision. They plan to cancel any chance of Brett becoming a CEO within the company, as well as are looking at terminating him from the company. And to add to that, there was going to be a merger of both Brett's fiance's dad's company and the company that Brett's dad runs. But now there will be no merger, and Brett's dad's company will most likely go bankrupt in the next year or so.
Wait, what the hell? He never told me that so many things were on the line.
Well, your guys' long-lasting fling has led to something very impactful happening.
This is all a lie. I never knew a thing about this. I never would have slept with him if he had this much to worry about. I was just lonely anyway, and needed someone there to hold me.
And so you needing someone to hold you made you decide that going to a hotel to make love with another man was okay? Well, we're no longer married to each other, so this talk won't get me anywhere. But I'm going to tell you right now that I want you to pay me a settlement, so make sure it is all paid off.
A settlement?
I'm sure that you'll be getting a visit from his fiance's lawyer as well, regarding a settlement as well.
Crap! You know that I don't have enough money to afford any of that. Please, Jared!
My lawyer will be seeking you later today, so you can ask him about all the details then.
Jared,
Maybe this is the perfect time for you to ask for Brett's hand in marriage or something. Goodbye, Brittany. After that, I left everything in the hands of my lawyer, since I really didn't have it in me anymore to listen to Brittany as she tried to make what she did to me seem like it was all okay. And then, after about a month, both myself and Melody were able to get the money we had asked for in the settlement from Brittany. Brittany wasn't able to get a proper loan to help her pay us, and neither of her parents were willing to give her any money after they found out about the whole story from me. So she was forced to use a loan shark, and has ever since been working her butt off, doing all types of part-time jobs from early morning to late at night. And in Brett's case, he was forced to watch as his dad's company fell apart and went bankrupt. His dad has now forced him into the tough role of having to clean up the aftermath, as well as work with the banks to try and salvage whatever he could for his dad. Luckily, he had the time to do so, since he was no longer working for Melody's dad. And so things worked out perfectly in that sense. And when it comes to me, After having my old friend not only steal my previous girlfriend, but also my wife from me, I finally realized that romance and love might not be the thing for me. So from now on, I'm going to start focusing more of my time and money into something like my hobbies, as well as traveling the world anytime I'm not working hard to help the company I'm with.
Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore, so we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Harper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet, but I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday, and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But you know, I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? after I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congrats on the kid, I guess.
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition, so it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair. You ruined everything. What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? Doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, Basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick.
Hey, Lexi!
Hey, Cameron. Hey, where did you go off to without telling me? I've said before that I want you telling me what you're doing when it gets laid out.
I'm sorry. On my way home from work, my mom called me asking for me to come over and plan out a vacation with her.
A vacation?
Turns out that I'll be going with my mom to Hawaii for New Year's as a small trip.
Are you serious?
We plan to only be there for a week or so you don't have to get too surprised by this one. At first, it was going to be my mom and dad going to Hawaii together for that week, but now that dad's bedridden from his sickness, she's asked for me to go with her instead.
Wait! Why would you guys still plan to go to Hawaii with everything else going on?
What do you mean? Lots of people go on vacation during the New Year's, right? You think we're just joking?
You guys are still planning to go on that trip that your dad was supposed to go on while he's in the hospital, unresponsive because of his condition? At that point, people would normally just cancel the trip and stay home around their family.
But if we were to cancel this whole vacation now, we'd be left having to pay a boatload in cancellation fees to all the hotels and restaurants. So, instead of having to deal with that, I think it's better that I go in Dad's place, and then we won't need to worry about money, right?
But if you've started to think about the condition that your dad is in, you shouldn't have the mindset to go to Hawaii, right?
You think so? I never thought I had to dwell on the thought of my dad being in the hospital that much. My dad won't even know we're gone because he's not even well enough to be awake, and he won't be for a long time, the doctor said. So there's really no point in us being home to go see him if he's not even going to be awake to say anything. I think now's the perfect time that my mom and I go out and do what we want since we don't have to be held down by him.
This isn't about seeing him all the time, but the fact that you should be worried about him more than some trip to Hawaii. If I were you or your mom, I wouldn't care about having to pay a little or canceling and would stay here to be with my dad.
Well, it doesn't matter what you do, because you're not even coming with us.
You both really plan on going still. I have no idea how you have the nerve to do that right now.
Oh, come on, Lexi. This is one of the things that always drives me up the wall with you. How you always act like you're so right about everything.
Uh-huh.
No matter how you try and make me feel bad about my choice, I'm going to Hawaii. Tonight I'll be home to get my things together, and then I'm heading back to my parents' place to stay until the trip. Don't even try stopping me anymore.
Wait.
No!
What the heck, Cameron?
All right, I'm getting on the plane right now.
So you both really are leaving?
It's my job as my mom's son to be here for her when she wants to go out and do something.
That's weird though, considering her husband is in the hospital in really bad shape right now. I wonder what's going on inside her head right now.
You're starting to get on my nerves here, Lexi.
I'm just going to tell you this one last thing then. If your dad does end up waking up during the time that you're both away, I'm going to have to tell him everything that's going on with his wife and his son, okay?
Go right ahead. I know for a fact he's not waking up while we're gone. Well, even if he does wake up, he'll at least have you there to care for him. And make sure you don't wander off, leaving him without any family, all right? So, with that, I'll be back in a week.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens then.
Lexi, Happy New Year!
Wait, David, Happy New Year! How has your body been doing after being asleep for so long?
Well, I'm still working out a lot of the kinks, but I have to say that all the hospital food actually tastes pretty good after not eating for so long, and I'm really looking forward to getting even better.
That's so amazing to hear.
By the way, something tells me that both Cameron and Lucy ended up still going to Hawaii then?
Yeah. Cameron ended up taking your place and going with your wife. They left yesterday.
I see.
I'm sorry that I couldn't stop them. I told them over and over again not to go while you were in the hospital, but they never listened to me. They never even bothered to come see you in the hospital after you were taken in by the ambulance.
That's alright, Lexi. I was the one that told my wife not to push herself to come see me if I ended up slipping into a coma. So she had every right to have gone away for a bit expecting that I wasn't going to wake up. I'm sure she just remembered that I said that, and so she didn't mean any harm by leaving to Hawaii still with Cameron.
Then I suppose that I wasn't going to change their minds after all.
Well, even if I hadn't said that to her, I doubt she would have stayed. I remember after being helped from the car accident by your family and you, that my wife had already been pretty reluctant to come see me because me being so badly hurt and sick would ruin the trip. Of course, a small part of me wanted to tell her to stay by my side as I was in the hospital, but she was very excited for the trip, and so I never had it in me to change her either.
David.
I'm sorry that I've told you all this, but I thought it'd be best that you knew what was going on.
Thank you.
But there is a reason for them wanting to be away on this trip, and I think you should be ready to understand what I mean by that.
I see. Well, for the time being, I will prepare myself for what's next and to help you.
Thank you, Lexi.
Lexi? Tomorrow my mom and I will be coming back, so can you come get us from the airport?
Uh-huh. You want me to come all the way there? Don't you realize that the airport is a couple hours away from our place? Why not just take the bus back to our place from there? Or at least get an Uber or something to go home in?
Well, we have a lot of things with us. You're my wife, so you have to listen to everything my mom and I ask for.
Well, before we continue with this, your dad woke up.
Really?
When I was going to go and see him, he had woken up and started talking to me.
Are you serious about that?
He says that he has enough energy to text you guys, so I'll let him handle this.
He can't really be awake already, right? You're lying, right?
Cam,
Hi, Dad.
did you have a good time in Hawaii? I know that you went there in my place, right?
Right. Well, we went to all sorts of beaches and stayed at a few really nice resorts. Even went out and tried surfing for the first time in my life.
I see. I'm sure it was a great time, leaving your dad who was in a coma behind so that you could go out to Hawaii, huh? You both are coming home tomorrow, I hear? I'd make sure that you enjoy whatever time you have left there before having to come back and see me, okay?
Hey, Dad.
Well, I guess I should get things started then.
What are you going to get started? I'm sure you're just really happy to see us again, right? Maybe there'll be some sort of surprise for us when we get home, right?
Just make sure to let your mom know that she needs to be prepared for what comes next.
Dad? Maybe you're less happy and more mad then? Hey, Lexi, what is this? Why is there a divorce form?
So you've made it back home now? Hope you made it back okay.
But what is going on with this divorce form laying on the counter?
Well, about you, Cameron. You were in Hawaii with another woman, correct?
Why do you say that?
Well, your dad started to look into your mom about her cheating, and lo and behold, you ended up being with another woman as well. And then once your dad found out about that, he told me.
What? So you know about Mom as well then?
That's right, we both do. We both figured that you guys really continued with that trip, not because you didn't want to pay any cancellation fees, but because you both were going to have an affair, correct? I hope you both had fun at least.
No, hold up. If you really think about this, things don't seem to add up, right? Do you really think my dad could have done all of that when he was in a coma for so long?
Well, he told me that he's been looking into your mom for over half a year now. That's before he ever got into that accident, Cameron. And your dad has actually been awake for a month now. Did you know that?
What?
Of course not, because neither you or your mom ever came to see him. When I started going to the hospital to help care for him, he opened his eyes.
What? You hid that from both my mom and I?
Well, when he asked me where the two of you were, I told him that they didn't plan to come see you. And so he told me everything and asked that I keep my mouth shut about it.
Why though?
Well, your dad was a little upset about the fact that neither of you two wanted to be around him when he was in his time of need.
But why would he never tell us that he was at least awake?
Cameron, your dad knows that you aren't actually his son.
What?
I never really knew that you weren't your dad's real son, and David didn't really know either until he started looking deeper into things. But now he knows that the man that your mom went to see in Hawaii is actually your real dad. So really, this whole trip was going to be both your real parents, you, and then that woman you wanted to cheat on me with, correct? I'm not sure why I say that like it didn't end up happening, because you guys did see them and enjoy your time in Hawaii with them.
You know all about that now. Dang it.
I'm sure that your mom will soon be finding the divorce paperwork that I've placed in her living room for her to find.
Huh?
Your dad asked me to help him place it there while he stayed in his hospital bed.
Are you kidding me?
That's right. David has gone ahead and changed to a new hospital, so if either of you try to come and talk to him, you'll find that you're both too late.
Where did he go to, Lexi?
Well, I'm not sure about where myself.
Why don't you know? Out of all the things that he decided to tell you about, he never mentioned the next hospital he'd be going to?
Well, he realized once you both came back from Hawaii, he wouldn't want anything to do with you guys. The last time I spoke with him was yesterday, and then after that, we decided not to talk to one another anymore. So I haven't heard anything else from him since. And in the case of David, he doesn't know where I am currently either. I think if you want to find anything else about David's whereabouts, perhaps you'll have some luck talking to his lawyer when he starts talking with your mom about all of this.
He even got a lawyer involved in this?
Well, why the heck wouldn't he be, Cameron? As a matter of fact, I'm also going to be getting a lawyer soon. So when that happens, you'll be hearing from them instead of me, okay?
You're getting one as well?
There's some information and a few business cards with those divorce papers you found, right? Those will be the lawyers I plan to get involved with to help me see all this through.
Hey, can we at least talk this over a bit more in person? You've been married for 3 years now, so you have to have the heart to want to talk things through, right?
We've been married for 3 years, yet you choose to cheat on me. What made you think that was an okay thing to do when you should have the heart to talk to me? And also, even though he was never your father and never knew that, he raised you all the way to the point you're at now and learned recently that you aren't his and his wife has been cheating on him all this time. Imagine being in his shoes and having to feel all the emotions he's having now just trying to deal with all of this, especially after an accident that left him in a coma. Honestly, I might have stayed to talk things through with you over cheating on me, but what really pissed me off was you just leaving your dad in the hospital while he was dealing with all of this to go to Hawaii with your cheating mom. So me leaving you is justified, right?
But, Lexi...
Don't say my name anymore, okay? I've got to get going now.
Huh?
Make sure that I get all of the money I asked for in the settlement, okay? Please and thank you.
What? Dad! I still really do think of you as my real father. And what happened with me and going to Hawaii and while I was there,
Perfect timing. I want you to tell this to your mom for me as well. I'm not going to change my mind about the divorce. And as for me and you, Cam, I'm planning on cutting all ties I have to you.
What?
And right now, I'm getting myself a new phone and a new number, so neither you or your mom will ever be able to find me or contact me ever again. Then, once you're never able to talk with me or see me again, you'll have to go through my lawyer, who is looking forward to talking with you both.
But, Dad...
I need to get back to getting my new phone now.
Dad, please!
To start, David had a long talk with his lawyer about how he wanted both his wife and his son to be taken out of his will, as well as for both of them to get nothing from him in the divorce. When this was brought up to both Cameron and Lucy, neither of them wanted to agree to what David was asking and tried begging for him to rethink what he had planned to do to them. Of course, he didn't budge, and so Lucy signed the document first, followed by Cameron doing the same with huge reluctance. And then, instead of taking any settlement from Cameron and Lucy, he only asked that Cameron's real dad pay him. In my case, I went and had a settlement made for both Cameron and the woman that he cheated on me with. Once they had both paid the money that I had asked for, they were left with the realization that I just took $15,000 from the both of them, and that things were going to become much harder. Cameron ended up leaving his job due to all the stress and returned back to his mom and real dad with his new girlfriend, where they all started to live together with very little money to their name. Now, the only person that seems to be working any sort of job is the real father, and he is left with himself and 3 people that he'll have to start trying to care for.